and horn, hoof and horn. All that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, corn and grain. All that fall shall rise again.
Well, my name is Luna Pantera, and I'm here to talk about the Yoruban tradition during this time of the year, which we witches call Samhain, but which also has a very specific meaning in my tradition. In my tradition, ancestors are extremely important. There's a saying that goes, I walk on the shoulders of my ancestors. In my tradition, ancestors have a specific name that's called Egun. It's E-G-U-N, or sometimes spelled E-G-G-U-N. And Egun is basically those that came before us, those who have passed over. Egun is so important that there's during this time of the year, there are plays, people dress up in paper mache masks and act out specific parts of life for those famous people, the Egun. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a blood relative. It could just be someone, an ancestor that we give reverence to, someone that's important to us, like a chief or a priestess or someone that has had a specific meaning or a specific place in our life.
The dances of the Egunen are whirling dances set by the drums. The strips of cloth represent the spirit of members of the community who are now ancestors. The Yoruba believe that the breeze stirred up by the whirling dance brings security and promise of good fortune to those close enough to feel it.
We always, in my tradition, we keep an altar to the ancestors. And it's basically like saying that they're welcome in our house, not just this special time of the year, but 24/7. They're always welcome, because when you give reverence to Ogun, they protect you. They send you dreams. They're kind of like talismans to kind of let you know if you're on the right path, whether there's something you need to pay attention to. So it's kind of like ancestors are another a guide, a deity that we work with to help us on our journey. We're all white. Your altar should also be covered in white, because you don't want to draw in any energy. You want the ancestor altar just to be for the ancestors. You also have rocks on each corner to kind of hold it down, to kind of center and ground the altar. You would have a very nice kind of crystal-like goblet that you would fill with spring water, and you put in a tablespoon of white rum. And you usually change this every week or whenever you see the water getting cloudy. What I have personally found, when the water is getting cloudy, there's something I need to pay attention to. There's some sort of thing I need to look at my life, what's getting cloudy, what's getting kind of muddled in my own life. And you have pictures of those that you want to give reverence to.
This is obviously intense daily practice coming from a deep heritage. I ask Luna how she feels it impacts her daily life.
The thing what I have found working with ancestors is that you can help heal rifts that are happening in this particular generation. When I went back, my family, my mother's side of the family is from Louisiana, and when I went back 2 years ago to visit my relatives with my daughter, who had never met her mother's side of the family, I found out that the women in my family, the majority of them had suffered rape at an early age, along with myself. And this was a wound that had happened for many, many generations. And as I got back and started talking to my guides and my ancestors, I found it's a rift that I need to work on and healing in this lifetime, so it won't be passed on to the future generations. And this is something I'm working on with my ancestors. They come to me in dreams and through visions to help me do this work.
May we be touched by the breezes of our swirling ancestors. May we know that we are all one in the dance. Blessed be.